the same time, I'm gonna start the broadcast for X technology. All right. I'm gonna start on X. YouTube seems to be working, and X is working. Let's double check. Let's just hear myself. YouTube seems to be working. All right. Oh, not only online. That's a mistake. Can I edit it? Is there a way to edit this? No. Let's start over. Yeah. So there's a typo in the title. Okay. So this is corrected here. On YouTube, it's corrected. And I'm gonna start again for X. All right. Perfect. Let's post this. Currently live for a vibe coding session. Every time I write vibe coding, I write it differently. All right. All right, let's get started. So let's ensure and double check that everything is set up properly. Yesterday on Twitch, it didn't record the stream because I didn't have there's an option that I didn't enable. Where is it? Store past broadcasts. So that's good. All right, so let's get started. 0 viewers, which is fine. It's going to be recorded anyway. So yeah, so for today, let's first start by talking about, I'm going to delete this. Let's talk about OpenMold, which is an open source project that I've been working on. And the idea is that we see OpenClaw is great for running agents that you can communicate with. You give them some instructions and they apply them. So it's basically more of an assistant. But what if you can let your code use the power of OpenClaw? So it's the programmatic way of building AI agents. And yesterday I launched it on, today I launched it on Product Hunt. And it's currently number 7, which is very good. 100 points already. So yeah, feel free to show your support, upvote it. Yeah, upvote it. Should sign in. I'll do that later. And yeah, so this is OpenMold, and just to explain a little bit more what the project is all about, because you might think, what's the point of using this this project? Like, can't I just like use a regular prompt? So if, let's say, I want to run a specific task in my code, can't I just like ask ChatGPT using the OpenAI SDK? I give it the input, the prompt, and it's going to give me the output. But that's not really it. OpenMolt shines when you have to use tools. So let's look at the playground, for example. So like the example I've put in the website is, I should definitely change this, because this is just a hello world. So you give it the API key, you give it some instructions, and then you run it, and it's going to give you like a joke, which is, you can already do that with all the SDKs from all the LLM providers. But what you can do with OpenMolt is really running integrations. So it's more like OpenClaw. So for example, you can select things like, let's take, for example, Gemini, the media models, let's add Gmail, and things like that. And what you can do now is that when you write your prompt, you can give your LLM access to some tools, and it's going to run an agent that's going to use these tools to accomplish the task that you want it to accomplish. And you can see here the code. Here's an example. So you define your agent with instructions. You can even give it an MD file if you want, and you can give it like specific integrations that it can use. And OpenClaw has a reputation for being unsafe, unsecure, and it can ruin things for you if you give it bad permissions, and if you, especially if it falls into like a prompt injection hack. But with OpenMolt, permissions and scoping is built within. So you can see here, for example, Gmail, I can, for example, just let it read and create drafts, and that's it. It's going to just read and create drafts for emails. And here, for example, you can build something like a blog content creator, and that's actually what I'm going to use for Tiny-Online.Tools. I'm going to actually build a blog system that's going to leverage OpenMolt, and you're going to see how you can build, for example, it's going to write blog posts, but also include images inside of the blog post. It's going to use, for example, Nano Banana to generate those images, and you can link between the blog posts. So it's something that requires more work than just like a simple LLM call. So this is the idea behind OpenMolt. And also, like, OpenMolt has access to memory. So it does have memory, and you can, like, for example, keep things in memory. You can have long-term and short-term memory. Long-term is whenever you run the agent, it's going to keep things in mind, so you can save it in the database, for example. And short-term memory is more for a specific task. So let's say, for example, you're generating a blog post. You can use short-term memory will be used to store, for example, oh, I generated this image. This is its URL. It's going to keep it in the short-term memory. And then we're going to generate the final blog post. It's going to inject that image inside of the text or the empty file or something. And long term is more for if we want to keep that memory after the task is finished. For example, you can use long term to, for example, let's say the LLM struggled or the agent struggled to accomplish a specific task, and at the end it found a way to solve the problem. You can save that information or the procedure, or you can let the LLM remember, oh, this is how I was able to achieve this. So that next time when you're gonna rerun the task, instead of rediscovering or failing and retrying and then rediscovering like the way to accomplish the task, it's just gonna go look at the long-term memory and it's gonna realize, oh, this is the procedure that I used last time that worked, and it's gonna save you like tokens and so on. So this is the whole idea behind OpenMolt. So that's pretty much it, and it's an open source project. You can go read the code, and just like Tiny-Online.Tools, I did write a full massive instructions.md. Doesn't make sense. Oh, I'm not signed in. openmold.dev. All right. So yeah, the instructions.md. So this is, for example, how I built openmold. I wrote a massive instructions file where I defined really how I want the agent, how I want the library to work. I defined all the tech specs of the library and everything. And this is how basically I built it. And this is what I'm trying to teach you here with Tiny-Online.Tools. So now this was about openmold. You can show your support. You can like it, upvote it on Product Hunt, and so on. And now let's go back to Tiny-Online.Tools. And I want to have a word about this whole setup that I've done. So some people might think that it's easier to not do a massive prompt like I've done, and instead just do like iteratively, like doing new smaller prompts. But this is not my method. And I know some people have opinions on this. Like, for example, Peter Steinberger, in a podcast that I listened to recently, he said that instead of doing this massive prompt, like when he does a mistake, some people just rewrite the whole prompt, correct the prompt, and rerun it until it gives them like the exact project they wanted. So if, for example, they wanted, like, for example, they didn't like the color of the website, instead of just running a follow-up instruction on Cloud Code, they're just going to ask it, they're just going to scrap the whole project, update the mega prompt, and then rerun it from scratch. And he disagreed with that. But it doesn't mean that he disagrees with the fact that you can write a massive prompt. And to me, this is extremely important because this is how you build a good foundation for your project. If you just write, for example, smaller prompts and you ask it, oh, create a React router project. Oh, you have to use JavaScript. Oh, I want you to define these fields. Oh, I want you to use these colors. To me, this will end up with, because when it's going to create the project, it's going to make some mistakes. So you need to like prompt it a million times to make all the corrections, and you have to continuously like supervise it, continuously like check, test, and everything. If you write one massive prompt, the advantage is that it's going to get it mostly right on the first shot. And one of the advantages also of writing this massive prompt is that let's say I need to create a new conversation, I wanted to implement a specific route, a specific tool or something. I won't have to, like, it's going to lose its context. And what I can do is, in my new prompt, in this new conversation, I can just tell it, okay, first start by reading the instructions.md file, which contains an overview of what the project looks like, how it works, how everything is connected together, and then do this task. And this way, this is gonna really help. And yeah, so nobody right now is an expert about these things. The technology is only like a few months old, like not more than 1 year old. So we're all still learning from this. We're all discovering how to leverage these tools as effectively as possible. And this is, I'm going to outline my method that I found that worked best for me so far. So now let's recap everything that we've done yesterday. So we wrote this massive prompt. We defined the specs for the project. And yeah, we ran it. I ran it at night. And I canceled it. I made a few corrections. I specified that React Router needed to be in framework mode because it started to import Express. I made another, don't use Express. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I reran the prompt. And now I'm going to review the code. So first I'm going to just take my instructions.md and I'm going to commit it because I want it to be independent from the rest of the changes it made. So let's just use this. Perfect. All right. So there are files that I don't need. I'm just going to remove them. Don't need Docker. I've never used Docker, to be honest. And this is a README. We have the instructions. Wait, did it use Tailwind? No, it didn't. Okay. And yeah, I'm just gonna double check a little bit. This looks good. It's exactly how I defined things. Yeah, but you see, one thing it didn't do is it didn't leverage nested CSS definitions as much as I wanted. Yeah, this is not bad. It didn't use tabs. So yeah, the only change I would make is here I would nest these. So let's just ask it this follow-up. While it's running, let's go check. So this is the tools.js file I mentioned. Okay, it didn't use tabs. Okay, so this seems right. It's using material symbols for the icons, which is okay. Routes, all right. Yeah, it's mapping all the tools. This is exactly the way I described it. This is the sitemap. Here it's importing inter. Okay, probably gonna change the font. Oh no, this is not how I wanted it. I wanted the MD file to be within the routes, so that each tool has all what it needs inside of it. So can I just move this here? It's gonna merge. I don't want to replace them, I want to merge them. Can I do that with Finder? Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna manually do it. So let's move this here. Resize image. Merge PDF. Split PDF. Alright, and let's just delete this now. Okay, so the structure looks really good. We do have our component that I asked it to create, and now we can maybe run this and see how things are. Let's just double check the site. Yeah, this is good. What is this? I asked it to not create. Yeah, no, this is good. What is file list? I don't like classes. No, I don't like this. Okay, so I'm gonna ask it to do two things. Use tabs, formatting, and the other thing is avoid using divs. Instead, you can use custom HTML elements, like instead of div.filelist. Okay. All right. So while it's doing this, I'm gonna talk about skills. I've never wrote an actual skill. I did some research here on how to make skills for Cloud Code. So this is gonna be the first time I'm gonna do this. Apparently, like, there seems to be maybe some contradictions between what ChatGPT is telling me and what this PowerPoint says. Yeah, like, but I'm gonna believe more the Anthropic PowerPoint, because ChatGPT is telling me to create a skills.json inside of this file folder structure and then put the prompt, and in it I put like some kind of entry to the prompt. But here it's just telling us to create the skill like this and define the skill here. All right, so here we're going to create skills, and inside, I don't know if I need to create a folder or if I can just write an empty file straight away. Create a skill.md, metadata, okay. Maybe there's a difference between the VS Code version. So yeah, this is good. Create a skill. Okay, so no, it's ChatGPT was wrong again. So where am I? All right, did it finish yet? Not really. So I'm going to create a skill called Tool Creator. Okay, in it, I'm going to call it Tool Creator. Create a new tool. Okay. So here I'm going to define very specifically how I want the tools to be created. And the reason is that, once again, I want the site to be consistent. The pages need to be consistent with one another. And I already defined here in the instructions.md file what I want a tool to look like here. So I'm gonna give these instructions here. All right. So I'm gonna just explain how things work. Tiny-Online.Tools. The tools are organized in categories. Utilize on page. There's no tool itself. Tools are defined in a tools. I'm gonna give the specific path. Is it app/tools? That lists all the tools and their categories. This file is generate. No, dynamically generate the tool cards. Okay. And I'm gonna give this example. A tool has these properties. Image path or material symbol name. Like, okay. And here I'm going to do images, tools, PDF tools, and then merge pdf.svg. Let's do .png. All right. Let's put this JS. Okay. The tools route should be defined under category tool route.jsx, for example. Yeah, don't need this specific example. The folder should contain instructions.md. Describe how to exactly. This file should be used as a reference for an implemented tools page. Yes. Route.jsx or any relevant utility functions. Maybe CSS. Specific CSS. I'm going to do non-shared CSS. Okay. All right. What are the other important things that we need to define? Yeah. So I'm here. I'm gonna define the page. Okay. And here I want to define things like SEO. So it's very important that this route has a title, a description. Probably later on I'm going to define something that's going to allow automatically generating like a banner, so that when you share the tools URL on X or Instagram or any social media, that you can actually like see a banner, like a cute banner that displays the tool title or some graphic, maybe the logo of the tool or something. It's going to be generated probably dynamically, and it's going to be cached so that we don't need to actually generate it every single time. But yeah, we need to define here the meta tags. So I'm just going to quickly search for, okay, so it did this, the changes I asked it to do. Okay, so everything looks right so far. So I'm just gonna commit all of this. View as tree. Yeah, I'm gonna commit this. I'm gonna commit everything except the skill I'm currently working on. And let's generate the commit. Initialize the project foundation and architecture with essential. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so what was I saying? SEO. So let's look at React router SEO meta tags. I've already done this, but just want to double check what's the right way of doing it. So yeah, this is our meta tags. All right. Okay. So you can just define the meta tag here, and it's gonna probably automatically detect it and put it in the head element, because usually it was like this. You define it this way. Meta element, okay. Okay. So here it's saying item prop. Okay, so this is not something that we want. Okay. The way I usually do this is like this. So we want each tool to have its own set of meta tags. Where's title? How about the title? Oh, you can actually put a title. Okay. All right. So let's define the title as well here. Free. I'm gonna give it good example so that it can generate very good SEO friendly pages. So it's very important that our example is actually good. Free PDF merger tool. How to merge PDF files. No upload required. Client side, yeah. Let's do secure PDF merge tool. How to merge PDF files for free. Okay. I believe that this won't generate the OG versions and the Twitter versions for the banner and everything. So let's look into that. Let's ask ChatGPT. when using meta inside of a route in React Router v7 using React 19. Just double check that I'm actually using React 19. Yeah. How to show me an example of a route where you define all meta tags for social media and search engines, including a banner image. Yeah, so this is the old version that they mentioned. Okay. I'm gonna ask it double check and tell me the actual recommendation for the latest React 19. Okay, so you actually have to define them this way. You know what? Because this is very redundant, I'm gonna create a component myself, because why not? Meta tags .jsx and export default meta tags title description. Let's remove data. Description, let's add keywords and banner. Yeah, banner. URL, we don't need it. Yeah, this is probably a handle, so I'm just going to use mine. Tiny-Online.Tools. Okay. All right. So this is going to be reusable, and I will later on. For now, we're going to do this for the banner, but I will later on make this. All right, let's add a handle, and this we will inject the handle here. So so that we can dynamically generate the banner based on the handle. Actually, we don't need the handle. Yeah, we're gonna need the handle if we want to extract the tools information from the tools.js file, like the image for that specific tool. So let's keep this way, and we're gonna come back to this later. So here, instead of defining this like this manually, we're gonna use meta tags, and then do it this way: keywords, banner, leave banner empty, focus on, and I'm gonna do things like, you see here, title, I'm gonna automatically append Tiny-Online.Tools, so that we don't need to manually do this every single time. Focus on making SEO friendly meta tags that will help rank high on search engines. So merge PDF. I don't remember what I wrote before. Let's go back here. All right. And let's do this, then PDF tools, free PDF tools, okay? And let's use this, this is already good. All right. Okay. So here we define the meta tags, here we define the page, put SEO friendly keywords in the description. All right. Here we define the actual tool. Yeah, so yesterday at night I was thinking, and I was thinking of maybe trying to spin off some kind of API from Tiny-Online.Tools, so that maybe the tools can be called through an API, or even maybe called maybe through, like, you can embed the tools inside of something like Raycast, which is like Spotlight on macOS. So, and I was maybe like, we should define the tool's logic externally from the JSX. So yeah, this is something I need to work on. Yeah, this is not this is not ideal, because how many steps do you have to do? 1, 2, 3. So you need only 3. Okay. And maybe you can import, yeah, file picker. So yeah, maybe we're gonna add a tool. How can I call it? So we're gonna add a file here. It's gonna be tool.js, and we're gonna call it the tools I'm just trying to think of how to make this system the most expandable as possible, because let's say we want to create a Raycast plugin that will make use of these tools. What's the best way to create a project that can have shareable code? Because Raycast won't be able to run React components inside of it. So this is why I'm creating this tool.js file, which will have the logic inside of it, independent from the website, independent from the React project. But now I'm thinking maybe the tool's definition, like the name, the handle, the description, the icon, maybe they should be defined here too. So yeah, so I need to make a decision, a choice here. I think it would be better to yeah. Okay, you know what? We're not gonna do that for now. I think it's fine to keep the tools.js here, and if we ever need this information, it's pretty easy to extract it. So you can just loop through this file, through this array, and find the tool that matches our handle for this specific tool. So I think it's okay to keep things the way they are right now, but the tool's logic should be in an independent JS file. It should take an input. It should define a default function that function takes an object as parameter for the tool and outputs contains PDF files, merge PDF file. Okay. So here we're gonna call it we're gonna call it tool.js. All right. This one is gonna be route.jsx. Let's show an example of tool.js. Right. We should also export maybe like a export input schema. We can use Zod. All right. Okay. Gonna install Zod here. And I'm gonna close this window. So npm install Zod. Here we can validate, let's say. We're just gonna call it input. And we're gonna validate input equal, okay. We don't need to validate the output. It's more, for example, let's say we create an MCP server and we want to allow people to access the tools that will be defined in Tiny-Online.Tools, if we create an MCP server for this project, we can now easily extract the list of tools. We can extract their input schemas, their output schemas, and when we receive the tool call, we can easily use this input information and do execute the function. So yeah, all right. Are we missing anything? Yeah, so here I defined in the skills file, you should give specific instructions. So let's create a presentation, and let's create here a section, how to create a new tool. Description icon, create a new folder, file for tools functionality. Yeah, I'm gonna here write the website. For that, you may need to yeah, how the tool should work. Find libraries that can help implement the tools. Try avoiding external dependencies as much as possible, and check existing dependencies first before adding new ones. Okay, implement the tools functionality using the instructions. Implement the tools page using the page. Okay, now before we move ahead with this, I wanted to create like a test page that we can use for ourselves to show, maybe to showcase all the fields that are going to be shared and defined and be shareable by the different tools. For example, the input fields, checkboxes, toggle switches, color inputs, and so on, so that we can first give an idea to this tool creator skill of how those fields should be used. So let's first I'm going to just commit this. All right, and now I'm just gonna try to run see what we have so far, because we don't even know what it looks like. Okay, so I think it's run dev. All right, where is it? It's probably here. Let's just copy the URL. Okay, not bad. Let's look at this in non-dark mode. Do you need to refresh the page? Strange. It seems like it's only in dark mode, but maybe I'm missing something. Maybe my browser is forcing dark mode? Yeah. Okay. All right. The design is not bad. Looks good. Let's test. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Here we have PDF tools. Okay, this needs to be fixed. All right. Privacy-friendly, browser-based utilities. No uploads, no accounts, no tracking. Perfect. This is really good. All tools run locally in your browser. Now, I'm not sure if we can hold this true for all tools, especially in the future. Maybe there are some tools that will have a notice that for this specific tool, we're going to need to upload the file and do some server-side processing before we can output it. But yeah, all right. So this is really not bad. Okay, it looks great. Yeah, so we need to define the pages. Maximum privacy. Interesting. I like this. The breadcrumb, I wonder if it's... first, let's go into dark mode again. And ensure that we have dark mode for the computer as well. Good. Let's look at the breadcrumb. Yeah, so here every tool defines its own breadcrumb, so I'm going to change that. Instead of defining a bread for each tool, for each route, define a breadcrumb component that takes and it's gonna take maybe nav yeah, as much as possible you don't want to hard code these things here, because if you hard code the title of the category, we're going to be stuck in the future, and you don't want to if you want to rename it, of course you can do a search and replace throughout the whole project, but it's not ideal. So maybe what we can do is we can do something like this. All right, so we just define this, and the component must find the tool and its category from the app.tools.js file, or yeah, file, to generate the breadcrumb automatically. All right, I'm also going to ask it about the categories. So right now for the routes, it's working this way. Let's look at the sitemap just to check that too. Sitemap.xml looks good. So we definitely need to add like the categories page. implement the categories pages. So now what I'm thinking is, should I make the categories pages like automatic, like dynamically generated? We take the title, we take the description, and then we just show the bypass permissions and just show like the tools? Or should we allow for customizability and create like an actual route.jsx? Yeah, I think we don't need that. Yeah. Implement the categories page route. Route category.jsx. It should define the categories descriptions in the tools.js file. Use the information about those categories to generate and fill the category.jsx file or a page. Generate a card, a tool card component that you can reuse throughout the project to generate a tool card element. Right now, how does it work? So here, how is it called? It's called tot card. Let's use tool card. Okay. This is good. This is really bad. Okay, I'm just asking it too many things. Don't use inline styling, inline CSS. Let's just say it like this. So let's put this first. Generate a tool card component. Whoa, that you can use. The link should be inside of the tool card. Do the styling in the, is it site.css file? Okay. Define a tools list or tools list element 2 that will show the tools in a grid. Then implement the categories route. Define the categories, descriptions, yeah. Use the information about the categories to generate and fill automatically. Add the categories to the sitemap. What else? Yeah, it sounds good. Okay, I'm thinking now we will have at some point to help for SEO. It's always very, very relevant and very, very relevant to link pages. So for example, when you're in the merge PDF, right now we just see this, which is okay. What we should do is not only show this page, but also show similar tools or PDF tools and generate the cards here to link those pages together so that search engine can much easily find them. Now we probably need to change the colors a bit. So here the purple is a little bit too dark, in my opinion. Something like this, in my opinion, looks better. So let's go to site, primary. This is dark mode. Oh, so let's change primary. Okay, and let's, no, this should stay. Let's see this. Yeah, you see here there's an icon, but it's not visible. This is something that we need to fix. It's not created yet. Currently it's working on the card. We should change this text color. Text muted. It's too muted. Let's make it like this. Yeah. All right, we're probably gonna have to what I was gonna say. Yeah, to define a logo. So let's maybe do something simple. I'm thinking also, should we rename this to use the actual domain name? Is it better? Tiny-Online.Tools. Yeah, it does. I'm not sure, to be honest. Tiny-Online.Tools. Let's keep it this way for now. Alright, so now you see the cards are working. So that's better. Did it create the breadcrumb structure? Yes. So categories, tools, find, okay, found tool, perfect. It seems to be working. Okay. All right, so a logo, something that looks good. Let's just do a search first. Tool, logo, SAS. It has to match our this looks nice. Let's ask ChatGPT. Brainstorm some logo ideas for Tiny-Online.Tools. The logo should be a simple flat icon, minimalist flat icon. Okay. Yeah, Swiss Army knife is a very good idea. Yeah, something like this looks neat. Okay. No, not really good. No. Pixel toolbox. Yeah, I actually really like this, and for long I've been wanting to create a website's design that relies a lot on pixel art. So this might actually be a very good option. All right. So all right. So let's settle that we're gonna use. But does pixel art work for dark mode and purple? Pixel art web design. Okay, let's look at this. Well, that would be great, like a massive hero banner. That would be really cool. Okay. All right, so okay. So I'm pretty sure it's going to look good. So now it should have solved the issues that we had before. No, it didn't solve them. Why? Here we have a category. Why is it defining meta? No, this is not what we want. Yeah, because it doesn't use the skill yet. But here in routes, category.handle. Why isn't it working? That's weird. Let's debug. Unable to define routes with duplicate route ID. Okay. So, let's go look at the React Router documentation. Routing. Route objects. I want the framework mode. Okay. Okay, framework. All right, so let's okay, redefine the route using this style. Okay, and the other thing I wanted to do was in the category.jsx file, use the meta tags component. Okay, so breadcrumb is ready to be committed. Okay. All right. Why did it add this? No, I don't need this. This is wrong. I didn't ask to modify meta tags. Okay, let's test this again. Still not working. Let's commit a few things here. Yeah, breadcrumb should have been, these should have been added with breadcrumb. So let's add this, this, and this, and recommit. And now we have added description to categories. Okay, now what's the issue with routes? Okay. Yeah, it's just because it's not using yeah, category handle. And if we go here, category handle, URL is not defined. What happened here? Ah. All right. So I actually missed it initially when I created the file. Okay. So now we have the pages, we have the category pages. Title case, yeah. This is good. Looks nice. The only difference would be that I would have changed the input here directly, but this is something we can manage later. All right, resize image, merge PDF. All right. Let's commit all of this. Improved routing. Let's first add this and that. Using implemented tool card. Okay. Correction. Removed meta URL. Okay. Implemented category route. Updated sitemap to include categories. Added that. Okay. Alright, so this is pretty good. Now let's restyle the whole website. We're gonna use pixel art as we said before. Let's go to font. Let's go to, is it futuristic? Appearance pixel. All right. Let's not take something colorful. So okay, so this one, I feel like it's too small. It's difficult to read. I'm not sure. Let's try with Tiny-Online.Tools. Why only online? All right, Tiny-Online.Tools. Okay, and let's find one that looks nice. This one looks good. I like it. This one is very like it's 1 pixel. It's really very pixel art. I need to find the one with the right definition. This is too small. Is there Jersey maybe something like 5? Or 5 is this one? Maybe 8? Right now 10 looks good. Is there a middle ground between 5 and 10? Alright, so let's just pick Jersey 10. Okay. All right. So let's make a prompt to update the design. All right. Update the design of the site. It should now be a pixel art inspired design. H1 headings. Site name should use the Jersey, was it 10? Font from Google Fonts. Okay. Yeah, you see it says there's 1,000 of them. This is Jersey 10. Because I feel like I want something very... No, there's 1,000 of them, but only 35 that are that have the pixel style. Alright, it's fine. From Google Fonts. No rounded corners. Instead, use a retro style. Should we change the color of the site to use something like yellow? Retro, pixel art, web design. This is a cool, this would be a cool looking logo. I like this. This could actually be a good idea. I'm not sure yet. Like every tool would have, like the tool page would show like some kind of a window like this. This would be nice. Because there's still a difference between pixel art and retro. Yeah, you see this button looks good. CSS pixel art buttons. Oh, this looks really nice. I really like this this site. I mean, we don't want to be full on pixel art, like only like the titles should have like a pixelated style. The rest should be something more more rounded. Yeah, so maybe we can need a middle ground. Interesting. Border image source. Why is it not working? Where is it? Elements, buttons. That's weird. Where is it? How is it called? Border image source. Rounded corners mix in. Let's see how this looks like. We just want to see how this looks like because I'm a little bit intrigued. Oh, that's how it looks like. Oh, interesting. All right. So basically the border image source takes this image and with the other properties, image slice, image width, or is it image slice, image width? Maybe the outset. And with that, it cuts this image and put these at the corner. That's very interesting. All right. So I'm gonna copy this, reopen with text. I'm gonna change this to black. For buttons, you can use this border image source. It's 9 by 9 and adds a nice looking pixelated border corner. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's keep this like close, because this looks really nice. I wonder what this font is. What's the font? Press start 2P. I've already used it. Where is it? I didn't see it in the Google Fonts. Here. Oh, it's here. Oh, you see, they didn't put it in the pixel section. They put it in techno. Should we switch to that one? This one looks good too. This one looks very good. So this one looks good. I actually really like this one. I really like this one. How is it called? VT323. Okay, so let's keep it in mind. This is press start 2P. Yeah, both look good, but the other one is less imposing. So let's use this one instead. You see here when you zoom in, it looks weird. Yeah, it actually looks very weird. Yeah, I don't like it. So right now there's silk screen that looks nice, and the other one. This one is variable. Nice. What I don't like about press start 2P is that it's too wide, and you cannot configure that. Alright, so let's go with the silk screen. This one looks good too. Okay. So silk screen, where is it? Silk screen, it was somewhere here. Ah! Silk screen. There's a wide, like the letters are far apart, but this can easily be corrected. So let's compare silk screen with the original one. What was it? Jersey 10? just never mind. Just gonna keep jersey 10. All right. Okay. Now it's already doing the work. Let's close these windows. Yeah, logo ideas. Okay, let's do something like this. A wrench and a screw in pixel art. Okay, let's use generate a wrench plus screw logo in pixel art. It should be pixel perfect. Yeah. Oh, nice. It looks good. I like it. The PDF tools, that's nice too. What if these two, we put them in font family, jersey 10. Split PDF. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look that bad. Yeah, I actually like it. It does look good. Maybe we can add some letter spacing. Can we use percentage? Okay. I like it. I like it. It looks good. We will have to do the same for the icons. So picking something that looks pixel art, but it's really nice. I like the design. I don't like this, but we're gonna get it. Okay. So for the tool card, update the title to be, let's round this, 4%, and font size, what was it? 1.75 rem. Okay. And it needs to be, you see here, yeah, the tool card A should be a grid with icon, tool name, description. All right. So now it's going to do these changes. For the logo, let's go back here. Oh, a screwdriver. Yeah. So for how long have we been streaming today? One hour, 2 hours already. top tier sharing. This looks like AI posts, to be honest. All the comments are the same. That's great, top tier, great share, amazing, thanks for sharing, great. Yeah, looks definitely like AI. All right, this is perfect. So let's copy it. Let's go to Photo P, allow, and is it pixel perfect? It's not pixel perfect, but it does the job. So how can we do this? Maybe I can scale it down and then scale it up. You see there's some imperfections there. So yeah, each pixel is about 14 pixels wide. So let's try something. Image size divided by 14, that's 70 pixels. And let's do nearest neighbor. Yeah, I would like it to be like harsher colors. This looks blurry. Let's try again. So it was 70, I believe, or 74. And let's try bilinear. Yeah, it smooths things out. I don't like that. Okay, let's double it. Let's do 140, 140. And let's do nearest neighbor. Okay, this is not bad. Yeah, this does the job. Yeah, it looks pretty similar. I can even maybe do some corrections. Here we need to make some changes. All right. Not bad for an AI generated thing. Really not bad. All right, so I'm just gonna finish cleaning this. All right, I think we're done. All right, looks neat. Yeah, I need to stop being a perfectionist and just move on with this. All right. Okay, so now let's remove the background and make it transparent. I actually probably need to be perfectionist a little bit, because probably with a dark background might not give a very good result. Let's go get our, how is it called? Site.css, background color, and let's see how it looks like. I think you're gonna see some ugly contour. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I should have done the okay. I should have done the cleaning after removing the background. So let's do this again. So let's remove this. Let's put a black background, and instead of the brush, let's use the eraser. No, here. Okay. This is the beauty of online web development. You get to do so many different things, from web design, choosing the colors, fun stuff, and the not so fun stuff. It's a really good thing if you like learning. All right, almost done cleaning this. It's not too bad. Almost there. Photopea is a great tool. It's literally Photoshop, but web-based and for free. There's ads usually if you don't have the ad blocker. You can also subscribe for a very small fee. And yeah, we need to remove this as well. right. All right, so I still see some more cleanup. Whoa. Maybe I could have changed the contiguous number, the tolerance number. But yeah, it's pretty much done. Yeah, here there's some work. All right, here, maybe again here. Oh, that's good. Okay, it looks good. Let's compare now with the light background. Oh, my bad. Okay, so this is how it looks like on the white background, and this is on the dark background. I think I should also clean up the stars. Okay. Let's cancel this. Yeah, the history is not very, yeah, it doesn't go very far. So let's brush, let's pick this color, and let's fill this again. All right. Okay, so the logo is done. Looks nice. Let's save as a transparent PNG. Let's crop it a little bit. Oh yeah, we have downscaled it. So let's change the canvas size to 100. Okay, and then let's upscale it. We can, if we want, we are not obligated to upscale it because we can do that manually, but let's still do it. What did I do? Image size. Okay, it's working. File, export as PNG, save. Let's put this in public. Let's remove this. And let's call it logo. We're gonna add an images folder. Where's create folder? I think you need to go here. Let's put logo in it. This thing was not supposed to be an actual file. So I'm gonna ask it to inline. Okay, what was source? Where is it? Okay. Yeah, so let's inline. All right. Things are moving well. Oh, I just noticed that my face is on top of the prompt. That's not very user friendly. Maybe like this. Should I add some opacity? Multiply. Yeah. It's not the best. Let's go back to the way it was before. No. All right. So let's check this again. Let's see our website. I haven't added the logo yet, but I'm gonna do so very soon. Yeah, it didn't do what I asked it to do, but it's fine. Merge PDF. Okay. So a few more modifications. Buttons should use the Jersey 10 font. I mean, the button looks weird, or is it just me? Let's remove disabled. And it's not bad. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, with the right font, it should be okay. So this is that. Okay. Okay. Don't use section with classes. Use to page and directly. Custom HTML elements. So that's why I've put that on the instructions.md file. But as you can see, probably I have a very unique style of coding, so it doesn't like my way of doing things. But yeah, it is what it is. So I need to always remind it to follow my preferred coding style. So one of the changes I wanted, add logo.png to the .logo. Yeah, it's not there yet, right? Yeah. It should be next to the existing text, site name. Make the site name have a text shadow. Then what else? Yeah, I was not very satisfied with this. the thought icon in the tool card. This is something I could have done easily myself. Should be on the top left cell, not span 2 rows. Okay. Yeah, I need to go to pray. So probably I'm gonna end this stream very soon. So what we have done today was test the site so far. We have changed the styling. It now uses pixel art, which looks, in my opinion, pretty good. I'm gonna ask it to add a drop shadow to the input text fields. Wait for it to update. Yeah, it still needs, it's doing changes. So I'm going to commit all these changes. Added pixel art logo. These files normally they shouldn't be used anymore, so let's just remove them. They're now in line. Right? Yeah. What is this pixel border? This one too should be discarded. Okay. All right. No. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to queue another thing was I wanted to create maybe a page called field showcase or something like that. And in it, I wanted to showcase all the fields that the shared fields that the project has, to showcase like how the buttons look like, how the input look like, and we can provide that as a reference when creating new tools so that it follows the same design principles. Again, the whole concept is that we want to build something that can be automated, something that, let's try this. Something is not working. So I think there's this session tag that hasn't been modified yet. Where is it? Home? I don't think it's just home, but yeah. So he changed this. Search container. Yeah. It failed. Just section. Where's tool page? Split PDF. Oh. You see, that's why sometimes if you get it good from the get-go, it's better than doing modifications later on. You see, it failed systematically. Oh, this one was good. And the final one. Okay. Okay, I made another mistake somewhere. Okay. Okay, the logo looks good. I feel like it's it doesn't look like the other colors. Like I don't feel like it fits with the rest of the colors. Maybe we can change the primary color to this orange purple. No, I mean orange red. Let's pick the redder color. Yeah, red looks weird. Yeah, red looks weird, definitely. Yeah, let's refresh. I'm gonna look into that. Probably not right now. Maybe just for the title. For the title specifically, we can pick this gray. Yeah, maybe just for the title. So let's go look for the site. Let's go look for the logo. And here, let's hard code this value. Okay, now I feel like it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Okay. I haven't tried the tools yet, but this needs to be modified. Text decoration none. Where is it? Hover state. And here it added again the text decoration underline. I don't like underline. How can we do that? Dotted? Why isn't it working? Yeah, it's dotted underline. Maybe you can just remove the text decoration. Yeah. Yeah, this doesn't look great so far. I'm gonna have to update this. And this anyway, I don't think we're gonna add the categories here anyway. But yeah, so let's, before we end the stream, I'm just gonna start running the last thing I talked to you about, which is I wanted to create a test. Let's commit everything. Refactored site to use pixel art design. Okay, let's push. All right, so create a route called, how can we call it? Reference sheet.jsx. Reference sheet accessible under sheet. It should showcase the different fields that tools can use. Input text, input number, range sliders, form fields, color picker, code highlighting, code editor, tabs, checkboxes, toggles, and let's put an etc. Why is it not responding anymore? Whoa. yeah, I switched my keyboard to the other computer. Huh, this is a bug. Okay, tabs, etc. File picker. The goal is to see all these elements and test them. Buttons. All right, so we're pretty much done for this stream. This was my second stream. I hope you learned things. I hope you saw how to develop web apps, how to leverage tools like Cloud Code to build faster, to build a strong architecture for a website, so that we save time not just now but also later. You don't want to build too fast and end up with spaghetti code and end up with too much technology debt or code debt. So you want to make things easier later. If you want to add new tools, that's why we're creating the tool creator.md scale. We want to make it easy to be able to reuse all the infrastructure that we've built, a strong foundation, and then the rest is going to be very easy. I'm going to probably brainstorm hundreds of tools with ChatGPT, and I'm going to feed that into Cloud Code. I'm going to ask it, use the tool creator, and now make all of these tools one by one. And yeah, it's going to be very easy once we build a very strong foundation. Now, not everyone is probably has the same opinion as me on how to do these things, but I think this is the right approach. All right, let's test the reference sheet. Okay. Let's just copy this. Got this error. Yeah, I already got this error before. I think you need to import it in a very specific way. Let's look at this one. Yeah, it looks like it's 7 days ago. Should we just switch to this? Yeah, it has 1 million. Published 5 years ago. Wow. Last published 5 years ago. So it's definitely no longer maintained. Yeah, I think we should maybe move to this one, even though it doesn't have a lot of downloads. Okay. I don't think this will solve it, because I remember in the past you really had, yeah. Okay. Now I have switch from React color to this one. Okay. I like the pixel art design. It's the first time that I'm using it in a project, I believe, but it does look good. Okay, element type is invalid. Expected a string for built-in elements or a class function, but got object. So there's probably an uppercase tag somewhere. Is it this one? Editor. Because this doesn't give us much to work with. Do we have an error here? Might be this. Okay. Maybe I just need to restart. Yeah, I'm just gonna restart Vite. Maybe it's gonna solve it. Okay. No, same. I need to leave very soon and I need to pray. Okay, so so let's search for the we have color picker, we have tabs. Tabs exist. File exists, we already tested it. Color picker, it might be this. Yeah, I think it's that. Let's go look at their documentation very quickly, and I'm gonna leave. Okay, so you import editable, you import Chrome from React Color. So that was good. Okay, let's disable everything and until we find the culprit. Okay. Oh wow, looks good. Okay, these are tabs. File picker, good. Code highlighter, this has an issue. Notices, this should work. Is that the issue? I think the issue is that the word ref here seems like React doesn't like it. No, we're already using it here. Notice. This is weird. Ref label. Okay, now it's not working anymore. I don't get it. Okay, is it working or is it not working? Okay. But we know that... I think I found it. Okay, so it's the code highlighter. React Cheeky example. Okay, found it. Something is not working properly. I think the way Cheeky loads the code probably it's the it might also be the code editor, because from what I recall it needs to yeah, you see now it works consistently, and I think we can remove all the other comments and it should work. Okay, so you see everything works. The only exception is the code editor. So we're gonna solve that another time. Thank you for being here today. Don't forget to follow me on x.com/YBOUANE. Thank you for being here, and hopefully I'm gonna make some more vibe sessions where I'm gonna show you how I've built this project. I'm really gonna try to build it from scratch and show you every single step of the process, probably even the marketing, how we're gonna try to get this referenced on Google using the search console and things like that. Maybe a product hunt launch and everything. So yeah, thanks for being here and have a very good day.